Today, we're going to be reacting, or at least talking about all the brand new anime for this summer season. And I gotta be honest, I don't think there's any anime that's going to have insanely high production, except for Oshinoko and I believe Wistoria. Wistoria. So everything else, uh, I think you're just going to be end up watching it for the funsies. Actually, Shika no ko Koshtantan. I have no idea how to say that properly, so apologies. But I do know that I'm going to be looking forward to this just because of all the memes that have come out so far. And I'm sure Wit Studio is hopefully not going to hold the back on their animation. So those are the first few that I wanted to call out. Also, I did forget to mention Isekai Suicide Squad. I guess it's what it's called. I completely forgot about this anime. I'm gonna be honest because I wasn't too sure about the concept. I know the first episode is already out at this point of recording, and I've heard that it was absolutely insane. Uh, so hey, it's got that going for itself. I particularly wasn't looking forward to it, but I mean, if it was fun, it was fun. I did see that the animation was really insane. I'm really happy for Mori Calliope, who did do the ending, so that's really cool. Big fan of hers, and yeah. All right, so starting off with Oshinoko season two, we're just going to be following up on what has been going on, and I think they're going to be doing a play, a pretty exciting one. Honestly, I can't talk enough about all the art that this show has been giving ever since season one, and I'm sure that season two will follow up with just as much. And hopefully, we get more progress on all of the drama, but we will see. All right. The second anime, obviously, I mentioned earlier, was Shika no Ko. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say the English name. No, actually, what am I saying? Shika no ko noko noko koshtantan. I am not going to chant it because that would be too cringe of me. Okay. Uh, this one, I I like. It's just going to be pure fun, pure chaos, pure stupidity, pure memes, and I'm going to be here for it. And it looks like Wit Studio might just maybe give us some good Sakuga along with it. Maybe. Maybe. Next one is for me going to be Gigi Harem. Actually really look forward to this. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I think the art style is just very appropriate for what the tone of the show has been like ever since the trailer. Essentially, it's going to be this one girl who has a crush and was a crush, but this crush has this thing where he wants to have a harem, but the girl is going to be impersonating like a lot of different like character types from like tsunderes to whatever, right? And I actually look forward to it. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun just seeing all of the very cute interactions between these two. So, yeah, that's pretty straightforward. The next one that I have on my list to watch is going to be Wistoria, Wand, and Sword. I actually read the manga for this one, and it was pretty. I don't think it was anything special, but I do think it was very solid for like it wasn't pretending to be anything that it wasn't, you know, like it knew what it was, and it was pretty pretty shonen. like like the main character is overly nice, ambitious, has a goal, and yeah, he's just very straightforward about it, and very very Black Clover-ish. When obviously the main character has no magic in a world that is fully dependent on magic. So yeah, and I know that the author is the same one as uh, what is that series called? Danmachi, right? Danmachi, and you can see a lot of similarities between the two in terms of like the character types and like the MC. Like you can tell the author has a certain favorability for his MCs. Um, and I do look forward to it. I think the biggest part is that the production actually looks insanely good, insanely good. But yeah, next thing I wanted to talk about was Tower of God season 2, and I had actually had a few thoughts about um season 2. I think that the art. I'm a little bit upset that uh they're going to go they're shying away from what the art style was in season 1. Season 2 art style is a lot more average, I guess I could say. I think the production, like the animation itself, doesn't look necessarily bad, but it doesn't really inspire anything, to be honest. Like, it actually looks really average to me, which is kind of sad. Hopefully, I'm just wrong, and they give us a lot more in throughout the season. I did read a bit of the manhwa, but I got lost. I'm gonna be honest. I got a little bit like lost with the story at some point. Like it felt like I didn't I wasn't connecting with the main character's goals and what they were trying to accomplish and so on. And it felt like we were just along for the ride for the most part, when it feels like everyone actually had a goal. And but yeah, enough about that. Season 2, we'll be watching, hoping for the best. I do think that there are some definitely like good things to look forward to. Like it doesn't look hopeless. I just feel like for a series like this, I was expecting much more, but you know, it's just a preview. So hopefully it isn't that bad. Okay. Next on the list is Makame, Too Many Losing Heroines by A1 Pictures. Honestly, I do think this one looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, especially because seeing a story that it's going to be based on a lot of the girls that lost, quote unquote, right, and a lot of rom-coms is interesting in itself. And I am really looking forward to just how much like it's actually a very comedic like angle as to like how this anime looks like tonally. And I think that that's actually just going to be a lot better, because like if it was, I mean, if it was super serious and super dramatic, like sure, there's it can be interesting that way too. But like I just am the type of person who prefers things that are fun for the most part. Obviously, serious and emotional beats is a very good thing. But I think that if it takes itself too seriously, especially in anime, it tends to go wrong really quickly. But yeah, I do look forward to it. All right, next on the list is another rom com. Alias sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. This one I was very tempted to read the manga for, and it was one that I've been looking forward to for a long time. And it's finally getting its anime. Honestly, I was really impressed with its art style. I actually think like s- I mean just have to see, just look at it. I actually was expecting the most mediocre art for this show, but it didn't. And honestly, I'm really happy. That's something that has been reoccurring a lot this, especially this summer with its anime. Like I'm expecting the most mediocrity, the most mediocre art style that there is, and it's not really that. So I do look forward to it. All right, next on the list is another one. 2.5 dimensional seduction. This is essentially another cosplay anime, I guess you could call it. It seems to be the trend nowadays, and or gal, I suppose, but not really gal, to be honest. It feels very, very, very nerdish. At least a lot of the characters do feel very nerdish. I could be wrong though. I know nothing about them, especially from all I'm seeing is the preview. But I do think a lot of the characters. The one thing that is kind of making me feel not too excited about it is I think the production doesn't really inspire much. I think the art is pretty decent, but compared to a lot of other shows, it makes me want to put it down a lot lower on my to watch list. So I'll be giving it a try. Obviously, probably at least one, maybe three episodes, depending on how the first episode goes. But we'll see. All right. Next one that I think is very interesting is the magical girl and the evil lieutenant used to be arch enemies. Now, from what I know about this, is I think the author is the same author as what is it called? What was it called? XX Boku X Boku or something? Jesus, I don't remember, but I think like it's very. It just looks very cute. If I had to put in simple terminology, which I do a lot, is it just looks cute. You know, magical girl and the villain, they just have very cute interactions. They like each other, and yeah, looks great. I think the art style, like I said, I've been saying throughout this entire video, the art style looks a lot more impressive than what one would expect, especially like for so many shows that are coming out. Obviously, I don't. There isn't like any big shonen major production like Monster coming out this season. That will be Dan 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 for the next season. But this season, it has a lot of just fun, decent, if not really solid shows. I think I will take that honestly as somebody who is an isekai trash enjoyer. I don't mind that one bit. All right, next, the Cafe Terrace and its Goddesses season two. I watched the first season. I was very tempted to just read the manga because I thought that the anime, I don't know, it wasn't bad. It just felt like the manga was probably better. But since they announced that season two was coming, I was like, might as well wait for season two. And yeah, I think it'll be just more of the girls getting closer and doing their shenanigans. I know a lot of people were annoyed by the premise, especially because it's a bunch of random girls like who are living in your grandmother's house and they are taking over. Like, what the hell? But yeah, whatever. Enjoy it. That's what I always say about these type of shows. Just enjoy it. All right, next. This one is a new anime called Social Mean How to Become Ordinary. All I know is that this is supposed to be a mystery. It looks very mysterious. It felt very mysterious. The vibes feel very weird. Like, obviously, there's a lot more going on than meets the eye. I'm not totally sure where this show is going to end up going, and I think it'll be very hit or miss. These shows, like, it depends a lot on on the writing, especially how the story is written. And yeah, I think I mean I'll be watching, but I think for mysteries it can be really really boring sometimes, especially at the beginning. Like we're being introduced, like the introduced to like for me if it's a very slow start, it's hard for me to be intrigued and come back to it, especially when there's so much stuff coming out. Like I can't spend my time on mediocrity, you know. I'm kidding, obviously, but yeah, you know, I'll definitely watch the first episode. If it keeps me intrigued, I'll definitely go back to it. Next one, Mayonako Punch. This one is by PA Works. I know PA Works had another anime. I think it's a cheerleader anime, but that one didn't really inspire a lot of hope for me. A lot of it just didn't connect for me. But this one looks like complete ridiculousness. Honestly, it low key gives off of um damn it. It gives off uh what's the name of that anime? Yeah, Insomnia anime. What's it called? I don't remember. Either way, yeah. This one is definitely about a girl. It's about a girl who got kicked out of a group of her group, and yeah. So she went off, got abducted, or met up with this. I'm assuming she's a vampire, and they're going to be creating a new YouTube channel, and her goal is to reach 1 million subscribers, and then she's going to allow the vampire to eat her, which you know, to each their own. But it looks ridiculous, looks fun. Definitely give it a try. All right, next. Next is not a lot of isekai this season. No longer allowed in another world. This one, I think the main character is very interesting. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be based off of a real book or something like that. Like it's based off of a book, and it's very very famous. So that's interesting. I know this guy is like super suicidal, and yeah, it looks like stupid isekai stuff is going to happen, and I'm here for it. Yeah. Next, the another isekai, failure frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low level spells. This one, I ended up reading the manga for this one because I was bored and well it looked interesting enough. And honestly, I'm actually surprised that this one got an anime because I don't think it's the most interesting of the isekais that I've seen, but every isekai is just getting an adaptation these days. So are we really surprised? No, not really. This one, very typical isekai. He has like I'm pretty sure he has like a bunch of debuffs or something, but he becomes OP somehow that way, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. All right. Next one. This one looks like it could be something. This one's by Cloverworks. Uh, it takes place in historical Japan, and I think this is one of those anime that'll be very hit or miss. It could be something really, really cool, and there could be the gem of the season, but I don't know. I think the animation, like the art style, looks very beautiful, and it looks like I said, it could be something, but I'm very hesitant because it feels like Cloverworks is releasing quite a few anime in a single year. So I'm a little doubtful when it comes to the quality. All right, next it is Autry, My Dear Moments. And this is by Studio Troika. Drama, romance, sci fi. This one just looks like a VN adaptation, to be honest. You know, like Clanad and Angel Beats and all those. To be honest, maybe I'll give it one episode. Maybe the first episode will sell it on me, but I highly doubt it, to be honest. I just don't have a lot of confidence. The art style looks very average. Nothing. I'm getting absolutely nothing from the previews, so it's like, will it actually be something? Something nice, something good? Clanet level? I doubt it. So, next. This is for the cultured, the cultured ones. Plus sized elf. Honestly, when I first saw that this was getting announced, I was like, what am I watching? But this is so classic, honestly. Shout out to Japan. Oh boy. Am I actually gonna watch this? Honestly, unlikely. But maybe. Maybe. If I hear it's actually that good, I'll watch the first episode. Alright, next. Bye bye Earth. Alright, next is Bye Bye Earth. And this one actually looks, I actually really look forward to this. Um as far as I know, like the thing is, it's by Leiden Films, and Leiden Films is, I mean, what exactly have they made before? Yeah, it's kind of the only good thing that they've made recently is Call of the Night, and I think Call of the Night was pretty good. I guess they did Tokyo Revengers as well, but like actually, yeah, you know what? They have a few good anime, but a quite a good amount. But I'm actually looking forward to this one because I think that it just looks like there's an actual like world behind this one, and Kevin Penkin is actually doing the OST for that for this anime. So I actually do think that this could be something. Very like the fantasy looks actually really really solid. And animation looks solid as well. I think the art style is very boring, but I mean, we can live with that. That's fine. I don't need insane like high production in order to enjoy an anime and believe that it's good. But yeah, could be a really solid fantasy and would definitely check it out. All right, next is Delico's Nursery. This one has a very interesting art style. I don't know how to describe it, to be honest. I know there's a name for this, but I am very inarticulate, so forgive me. But yeah, bunch of guys looking after kids, I guess. I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot more to it, and it looks like there's mystery. I don't know. There's supposed to be like a group of detectives. Honestly, I didn't even read the summary because I just watched. I tend to just watch the previews and not read summaries because a lot of the times I've been super spoiled on like storylines for anime when I read these things. So I don't end up reading them, unfortunately. All right. But I do think it could be something. Although it kind of scares me when it just feels like something about the framing of the anime just looks off to me. It reminds me of, um, damn it, Ragnarok. I think it's called. It's the one with the gods versus the humans or something like that. And I remember being really hyped for that, and the animation was so bad. I mean, I still enjoy it anyways, but yeah, that's what it reminds me of. All right, next. I parry everything. Why did I add this one? Because I thought it would be stupid brain rot anime, typical. And I said, F it. Maybe it's better than what I'm thinking it might be. But even if it isn't, like I said earlier, I'm an isekai trash enjoyer. This kind of hits for me. Yeah. So I'll be watching it. You should watch it too. All right, that's it. I know there's a bunch of other anime too, but I don't. They didn't really hit for me, to be honest. But yeah, that's all the anime that I've gone through that I'm looking forward to this summer season. And I hope that for anybody that actually stayed to this point, thank you. But I don't think a single person will. But we'll see. All right. Why don't you comment below, down in the comments, what's your anime of the season that you're looking forward to? And yeah, any feedback, anything you want to say, greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you for watching.